speaker is Professor Yan Fu from National Taiwan University, which is one of the sister university and have the double degree program with our college and also our master's program especially. Professor Yan Fu is going to talk about smart machine vision in fishery and livestock. Is it okay?
It's not working.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Technical difficulties team can go.
No, it probably the version of
PowerPoint. Can you like to use your own PC?
Yeah, if I
Sure. I think Brian, take it. It's just HDMI, it's fine. We'll not cut the time. Okay. Sorry for interruptions. For saving time, we try to collect in PowerPoint, but if it doesn't work, do not hesitate to use your own PC. Professor Yan Fu, please. Okay, let's give him a welcome applause.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So is it on Zoom? Okay, great. Okay. Because I don't have much time, so let me go through it very quick. So today I'm from Taiwan, National Taiwan University. I'm Yan Fu, and my friends always call me Yan. It's easier. And so it's my honor to be invited here to talk about my research. Its applications of smart machine vision in aquaculture and animal husbandry. And so as a agricultural and biological engineer, our missions are to create enough food. And in the past decades, like creating food, we encounter so many issues like climate and weather and insect. And that's the reason why we have machines to do the farming for us and also the facilities like greenhouse to do that. But still, we need farmers to be in the field to inspect the qualities of the product. And so that another issue is that in recent years, the birth rate in many developed countries are dropping, including Japan and US and of course Europe has been a long time already. So in the past years, the administration of agriculture in Taiwan started a project called Smart Agriculture. So what we do here is that we want to use AI, that is over here, in the cloud to observe, I should say, to process the vision that we observe in the field. So this is the field, okay? And in order to do so, because today I'm going to talk about animals, and we use stationary camera. And for agriculture, we use cell phone. That is usually what we do. And so this is like we stream the video from the stationary camera. And this is the cloud over here. This is the cloud. Sorry, it's ugly. And then we can provide the farmers the process data on their cell phone. That's probably the solution that we have now. And so today I will be put my focus on the aquaculture and animal husbandry. There'll be 3 projects that I will be showing you. So first is observing the dispersion and movement behaviors of chickens. And today the chickens that I'm talking about are native Taiwan chicken. They are not broilers. So usually for native chickens, I'm sure in many countries you have native chickens. Their raising period is about like 12 to 13 weeks. It's longer than broilers. But the old traditional cooking style, we still need this chicken. And another issue is avian influenza. I'm not sure in what happened in your country, but in Taiwan, it's not only in winter, but it's like year long. Every season we have it, so it's a very serious problem. And every time a farmer has to enter the chicken farm to check their chickens, they have to put like they have wages like going to a factory or something like that. So it's very inconvenient, and also it takes like 15 minutes to go in and 15 minutes to come out to clean themselves. So the solution that we have is to put cameras on the rooftop of chicken farms and to observe the chicken. And two things that we want to observe. One is the dispersion, and the other is the movement. And I will talk about the details later. So we stream the video to our cloud server, and that's not what we want to do. And after that, we quantify the dispersion and movement. But further, we developed a statistical model that determines if the dispersion and movement are in safe zone, which is in green, or in danger zone, which is in red or yellow. Okay. And the first very beginning step is to use a localization and classification model called YOLO V7. And this time we choose tiny because in a chicken farm, we need several cameras, and a tiny model can process these videos more efficiently, and it requires less computational power. So the videos are separate into many images. Then image was fed into the YOLO V7, and it gives you the locations of the chickens. And next is to quantify the dispersion and movement. And so for the dispersion, we use a number, it's called NNI, but it's difficult to memorize. We just call it dispersion. So if we have a small dispersion number, that means the chickens are less crowded in this area. Okay, so less chicken. And if the number is high, then means more chicken, crowded chicken. Okay, for the movement, you can see that in the video on the top right corner, the chickens' movement are quantified using some tracking algorithm, frame by frame. Okay. And the next thing we want to do is to observe their trends. Say for the chicken dispersion, we observe like from week 2 to week 9 that it goes up. And why is that? Because the chickens are growing, but the space in the chicken house are fixed. Okay, so that's the reason, like you have less space between chickens. And so it's a going up trend in both the winter and the summer seasons. And so for the chicken dispersion warning, we use a model, a moving average model called ARIMA. It's a statistical model. And to determine the 95 confidence interval, so that's the green zone over here. But if it's like a chicken is crowded there in that area, and we have a very high dispersion for 2 hours, that's the red warning. In a sense, the system can use a pop-up message to inform the farmers, okay, there's some issues in your chicken farm. Maybe you want to check it. That's the time that you can go in. And if you are in the green zone, that means it's okay. They're doing okay. You don't have to worry about them. And next is to observe the chicken movement. So the chicken movement goes down. That's the trend. Why is that? So chickens are pretty much like human beings. We run around when we are children, right? We are very energetic. But when we get like older, we don't move that frequently. And also we observe the difference between winter and summer. So we can see the difference here. And then we check the patterns, daily patterns. So here the red line is temperature. The temperature in summer is higher than the temperature in winter. But in both cases, we can see like during the noon, the chicken has the lowest movement level, and it's higher in the morning and in the late in the evening. Okay, so based on these observations, we use another model called Remax. Okay, another moving average model. And again, the blue zone is the safe zone, the 95 confidence interval. And the red points are chickens running there like this for 30 minutes. Can you imagine your chickens running there for 30 minutes like this? I don't think they are normal. There must be something happening. Okay. So that is the chicken topic. And let me move to another topic. So this is about like the lactating related behavior of sows and piglets. So pigs are another important economical animal, and we observe that the trend of like pig pork production is growing, and so what we want to focus on is the lactating, the farrowing house. So where is the farrowing house? The farrowing house is the house where the piglet and her mother, the sow, stay together for maybe like 4 weeks after the piglets are born. And that's the time when the piglets are the most fragile. And the death rate in Taiwan for the piglets is around 14%. But worldwide, like in advanced countries, is around 10%. So that 4% is actually a very big difference. Considering like an adult pig, the cost is probably like more than 500 US dollars. So if you save one piglet, you can, after he or she grow up, you can save a lot. And we're doing this very similar thing on the pig project. So we install camera over here, but this time we shoot the pig from their back, okay? And I will tell you the reason later. And here we also stream the video to our cloud server. And the cloud server, after processing, will give us several index of the piglets and so. I will talk about that later. So let me show you the condition of the farrowing houses. You can see they are pigs and they are spider webs. It's a very, very, uncomfortable environment. Even in Taiwan nowadays, we still have this kind of traditional farrowing houses. And these are videos, but they are acquired at a frame rate of 5 FPS to reduce the data amount. So it's very important to find a balance between data amount and the information you need. And the first thing is that we have to, to obtain this crate only. So we have to remove the other area. That's called image preprocessing. And the next, we use two deep learning models. One is for sow and the other is for piglet. And for sow, we identify 7 postures of them. And the most important thing is feeding, standing, lactating. And recumbency and sitting and laying are like resting. Here are resting. Okay. And the reason we use video, as you can see, can you tell like if you use one image, only one single image, to distinguish feeding and standing, is it possible? Probably the accuracy will be very low. That's the reason why we use video. See that mother sow for some reasons is very happy when she's eating. Okay. And I mean, we are happy when we have food, right? And this is the model, but I don't want to talk about it too much. So it's called RCNN or CRN actually. The CNN plus RNN. Okay, and here is the performance. The accuracy achieves more than 90%, so it's good enough. And quantifying the numbers means nothing until you show some statistics. And that is what we have done. So here are the statistics of the source activity in 10 days. So do you see in any pie chart, like here are the statistics for 10 source? Do you see anyone that is particularly different? Yeah, number 4. So what does the soul do? How does she do? Let's see. Like more than 60% is recumbency. That means resting. And the eating time is actually very low here. You can see the eating time. That means she's resting and she's not eating. That means she's ill. Okay, so these statistics can tell you, like, say you are manager of a berry house, you have to take care of 100 souls. And before you enter the house, you can read these reports from previous day or something like that. And you can pay attention to some pigs that are particularly have some issues. And the next is the piglet localization tracking model. And let me show you the result. So we locate piglets, and then we track them, and we draw their trajectory. So we can have their like movement in centimeters, pretty precise. And for long-term observations from day 1 to day 15, what we expect the piglets to do is to have more, to be more energetic. The movement should go up, like the going up trend. But actually, one of them is going down because it has a negative slope. And that is straightforward. So everything is connected together. Sorry, go faster. Like here, you can see like the number 4, if the mother do not provide them enough food, and they are resting. Okay, they rest more. And the next one is shrimp. Okay, and shrimp is also another very popular protein resource and source. I mean, for shrimp, the challenge is like say the first 40% of your cost is actually from your feed. That's a very high number. And if you give too much feed to the shrimp, you contaminate water because they don't eat, they don't finish the feed. But if you don't feed them enough, they don't grow fast enough. So it's very tricky. It's very tricky. And the trickier thing is that they are underwater animal. You can't observe them very well because there's always alga in shrimp pond. If there's no alga, that means they are not healthy. So like this is the traditional way to observe. You put some feed here on screen and put it down and pull it up in 20 minutes. But what we propose is use a underwater imaging system. And also we stream the video going through the cloud and provides us the solution. Information we need. So this is the underwater imaging system. Sorry, I don't have time to talk about details. And here again, we collect images and we use one model to measure shrimp their depth. Again, this is YOLO. But this time, because this is an older project, we use YOLO V5. And next one, we measure the feed residual, like from time 0 to time 20 minutes. So you don't have to disturb the shrimp. You can observe them like this. Okay, and you observe them for 20 minutes. You can see like how much the feed, sample feed residuals are there. So you can know their appetite and you can determine how much you want to give for the entire shrimp pond. And here are some numbers like MAP, prediction accuracy, etc. And for long term, usually short term doesn't matter that much. But for long term, we can measure their growth rate like from week 9 to week 14. And you can do some prediction and check the price market to see their price and and to determine what's the optimal time to sell this shrimp. So my research is about acquire images in the field, and we send them to a cloud server, and then we show the results to the farmers using through their cell phone or some web page. And here is the server in my lab. And we need to provide hardware as well as some software functions. And here are the affiliations, the companies or the government associations, sponsors. And here's my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yan Sensei, for this nice presentation. Now, I would like to request the audiences if you have any questions. So please feel free at the end. Okay.
Yan Sensei, thank you very much for a nice presentation. My question is regarding for our chickens, you analyze the behavior as a population. Is there any chance to analyze, or what's the challenge to analyze the behavior as an individual?
Well, that's a very good question. I've been asked this question for several times. But before we do that, we have to consider the price difference between chickens and pigs. Say for one pig, one adult pig, the cost is, I'm not sure how much is, it might vary from country to country, but say $1,000. But for a broiler or native chicken, it's like maybe 10 or 20, some even cheaper. So it's hard, or is it necessary to do so? All we want to see is probably the group behavior, because they are group animals. If there's something wrong, if one or some of them are wrong, probably you have to deal with the entire group. That's what I'm thinking. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Any other question from the audiences? Sure. Please.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I was wondering if you kind of tried to go to another place, tried to go to another pig farm or another chicken farm. Would you have to make the learning algorithm again, or can you apply your already made one onto like a new farm or another environment?
That's a very, very good question. I would say like in Taiwan, it's probably fine because we have some standard in the chicken farms as well as in the farrowing houses. So the crate size are pretty similar. But in Europe, they call it like the animal welfare crate, that they can open the crate for the sow, because in that crate, actually the sow is very unhappy. You can see that she was trapped in that very teeny tiny area for a long, long time of 4 weeks. All she can do is to eat, and like this is the crate area. But if we open it, then we probably have to not retrain the model, but to optimize the model using more images. But I mean, this is probably worldwide standard, the crate, but their size is a little bit different. Because we are like shooting from the back, so we can see the head. That's the most important thing. Here is the feeder. That's the most important thing. You're welcome.
Okay, Jian, we have any time? No, she's not agreed to give any time. Okay, we can have extended discussion after that. So Professor Yan is here, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.